I watched Secret Level Part 2. There will be a main channel video on that coming out this weekend. Part 2. Fuck you. Should we leave for spoilers? I would not worry much because Secret Level episode list. It is not as good as the first half. The second half goes The Outer Worlds, Mega Man, Exodus, Spelunky, Concord, Honor of Kings, and the last one is like a Ready Player One, just like mishmash. There's not much to spoil. Okay, chat, out of the second half, Concord might be the best one. I'm not kidding. I know. And you're probably thinking, oh, wow, Bricky, the rest of these must be so ass then. They're not great. Okay, I'm sorry. It was good. I liked it. It wasn't like, oh, this is the best because they all suck. It's just the least suck. It's good. It was fun. I liked watching it. I liked the Concord episode. I'm sorry. It's like not bad. I'm sorry. It's like, I don't know. I'd probably put it's in the top half, definitely. Like around the Sifu Armored Core era. Unreal Tournament, Pac-Man, and Warhammer are like above. Though there's like some of the top ones. And The Outer Worlds was pretty good. But then after that, it's like Concord, Armored Core, Sifu, like those ones. Like it's not bad. I'm not fucking kidding. Okay, so one, it's kind of long. It's longer. It's like 15 minutes long, which is long for some of these things. It's about the same length as the Warhammer one. Like the voice acting was mostly pretty good. It's a bit marvelly. It's a bit like quippy, which is occasionally annoying, but like the dialogue is pretty fast and somewhat witty. The action is like surprisingly decent. I don't know what you want, dude. It was good. It is out of the entire list of the second half, out of the entire list of the second half, episode 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, it is my second favorite. I think Outer Worlds is a little bit above it. No way it's as good as Armored Core. It's because Armored Core is like 8 minutes long, dude. It's too short. Concord is like double the length, and it uses it really well. I'm sorry. Like it's true. Listen, chat, I took face forward and I barreled down when the biggest Warhammer game ever came out. I stood here in pure honesty and gave my opinion on it, and it was very negative, and I caught a lot of fucking flack for it. I was honest. I was honest, and I'm standing here once again saying it's not bad. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it wasn't bad. It's probably in like my top 5 or 6 of the whole thing. The world of Concord didn't seem like the reason the game failed. Agreed. The character designs are a little annoying. They're a little like puking color. Just because it's longer doesn't make it better. Okay, asshole. No shit. Did you know the sky is blue too? Of course, but when you're comparing 15 minutes of story to 5, you tend to get a lot more out of it. Things work better. Do you know how long Mega Man is? Mega Man's 5 minutes. And guess what? It's not very good because Mega Man's 5 minutes long. Mega Man doesn't like shoot anything. It's just him like fighting Bomb Man for like 2 minutes. And then him getting the suit and it ends. 5 minutes including opening? No, 5 minutes without opening. 5 minutes of like actual time. It's the shortest one, I think, out of all of them. The Outer Worlds, you know how long it is? It's long. It's like 16, 17 minutes. And guess what? It used it really well. It was funny. It was like interesting. The acting was very good. A little heavy-handed with its corporate stuff. That being said, that's like, you know, The Outer Worlds is super heavy-handed with its corporate shenanigans, so that's kind of the shtick. So I can give it a little bit of a pass. If all of these were 15 minutes, they would all be bangers. That's not true. Some of them are just not bangers. Crossfire was not a banger. It was very boring. But anyway, what is it? So yeah, Outer Worlds is pretty darn good. I'd probably put it in like probably top 5, give or take. It was funny. It was enjoyable. It was interesting. It is a bit heavy-handed, but I'm kind of okay with it just for the sake of, you know, like everything going on. Mega Man was way too long or too short. Way too short. Okay, does anyone know anything about Exodus? I don't know about Exodus. It's like a space thing. That's where you like time with Fashion Light Travel. It's unreleased game. Oh, it's unreleased. Exodus game. Is this the Matthew McConaughey one? Oh, it's not out yet. Yeah, okay. It was okay. It was a bit longer, which I liked, and like the space stuff was cool, but it was a little. They had this exposition thing where they had like a narrator the entire time just telling you what's going on, even though you already knew what was going on, and it drove me up a wall. I was so upset. But that's also one of my biggest pet peeves is excessive exposition. So like the space stuff was cool. That was all neat. I liked that, but I was like, please stop. Please stop. Spelunky was kind of cute, but it was also, again, too short. Spelunky was actually kind of cute. It was kind of fun. It's like a little joke on the roguelite genre for the most part. This little like, starting again, dying over and over again, yada yada yada. The only issue for me is that like the whole point of it is that at the end she's about to do her final run, like to win. But they kind of like cut to black and they're like, oh, I'm off to go do the final run. Yeah. And then it ends. And I'm like, oh, come on. Like, I would have liked to have seen that. It would have been fun. Kind of like Sifu. Sifu, they cut to black instead of like showing him kill the guy or like the dude at the end. Kind of just wish they would have just shown me that. Because it would have been longer. Because it wouldn't have been 6 minutes long. If Sifu and Spelunky went from 6 minutes to 10 minutes and they showed that ending bit, I would have been like, yes, perfect. You don't need to make it like 45 minutes. You just need it to go like 5 more minutes, you know? And then Concord came out and it was like 18 minutes long or 15 minutes long. It was way longer. It had great payoff. It had good action. It had good scenes and decent voice acting and character conversations. And it's just, I cannot believe it. I've already harped on it too much, but it's just, wow. Oh my God. Honor of Kings was the next one. I have no idea what this is, but I liked it a lot. Honor of Kings. This is Honor of Kings? What? It's a mobile MOBA? Oh my God, it's mobile ripoff League of Legends. Like, it looks identical. It's the most downloaded and played mobile MOBA. Oh my God. Okay, so this is weird because I really liked this one. I found this one to be genuinely rather cool and interesting. The secret level guy he's like playing a game of whatever the thing with the stone is called. I forget what it's called, against not like God, but like an all-seeing entity that controls the city. And it's like cool. It had good voice acting. It had interesting like dynamic. The visuals were fantastic. It was longer, which made it even better. It was good. I don't know, man. I had no idea what it was from, and now that I know what it's from, I feel like I've been duped. We've been Smeckledorfed. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it was great. I really liked it. It was very pretty. So that's cool. The character design was cool too, but I mean, I did not realize it was a mobile game. I did not realize it was a bootleg league. Also, and then the last one, episode 15, was called Playtime. It was like a bunch of IPs slammed together. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I fucking hated this one. I despise this one with a burning passion. You know the clip of Vinny in Vinesauce when he's playing like the game where you take photographs to go into worlds and the lady talks and then he immediately mutes the audio?
Did you just shift reality?
That is exactly what it was. Basically, it's a joke against microtransactions and like gig culture, like DoorDash gig culture. And then they put Kratos in it for, and I kid you not, 15 seconds, and he does nothing, and they never show him again. And it's just a bunch of Sony properties. It is just a giant Sony property like fuckfest. The only good part of the entire thing was when the Helldivers show up and the lady on the bike, who's very annoying, rides away and they just start screaming shit like you can't escape democracy. That was the only part that I thought was pretty funny. Besides that, I hated it with a burning passion. It was awful. Please tell me you were crying, calling Sam Lake a hack. I feel like I could hear it. I never said that. I never said anything when Sam Lake went on stage because I am not that kind of guy. I am very embarrassed in public about my things, and I would never shout that shit in person, ever. If I met him face to face, I would not call him that. In my mind, it was funny. Anyway, yeah, so secret level. It's still like, you know how Love, Death, and Robots is about 25% pretty good, 25% dog shit, and about 50% mid? It's about the same with secret level. Yeah, you know. Warhammer, Unreal Tournament, Outer Worlds, fuck, maybe Concord. are like pretty good. They're really good stuff. And then there's like a lot of mid ones that are just like, they're solid, they're fun, life is good. And then there are others like Dungeons and Dragons is pretty mid, and then like what is it? Exodus is pretty mid, you know, but then like Spelunky is decent, and then like Playtime, the bottom one is terrible, and Mega Man was like 4 minutes long, and I don't like the New World one, so you know, honest to God, I can't believe it, but when I finish this, I can't believe I'm saying the words that Concord was fantastic and Armored Core, well, it was fine, but Warhammer is the best one. I can't make this shit up. I cannot wait for Sony to re-release Concord and then have a Morbius situation where no one plays it. Did you guys play the Guardians of the Galaxy single-player game? I didn't, but I heard great things about it. If they did that with Concord, because that's kind of what the show was trying to show off, was a version of that. If they did that, I bet the game would have actually been good. When you watch the Concord episode, you're like, this would fit a Guardians of the Galaxy style space adventure. As far as I'm concerned, like, Love, Death, and Robots is a lovely theory. I love what they do for animation industries. I love the idea of taking a bunch of animators and studios, giving them all a 20-minute prompt, making something, and putting it together in an anthology. It's an awesome idea. I love it to death. But naturally, because it's like that, it makes it so that about like only a little bit of it's genuinely good and most of it's mid. But because it's all like 15 minutes long or less, the mid ones you can just kind of roll right past and keep going. Not everything is Crab Boat. I wish everything was Crab Boat, but not everything is Crab Boat. And I feel the exact same way about Secret Level. They're mostly mid or worse, but there are like 4 or 5 of them that are just genuinely like, hell yeah. Like, that's good. Crab Boat is, there's like a giant crab on a boat. It's really good. It's really good. It's probably my favorite Love, Death, and Robots episode. I would recommend Secret Level, honestly, in general. Not all of them are good, but I rolled through all of them and I'm like, damn, this is solid. You know, like, I think it's a little better than Love, Death, and Robots. Not by much, like 10%, but I'm also biased. It also gave us arguably the greatest Warhammer sequence I've ever seen. But ciao. Make a Helldivers one, please.